Assalamu Alaikum wa Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuh, dear brothers and sisters. Every night, before we close our eyes, we place our trust in Allah, not knowing whether we will wake up to see another day. But did you know that there is one powerful name of Allah that, if you recite it before sleeping, can bring peace to your heart at night and open the doors of Rizq by the time Fajr arrives? Subhanallah, most Muslims are unaware of this beautiful secret. Imagine waking up not only refreshed, but also spiritually uplifted, with blessings of provision already written for you. This is not about mere words. It is about connecting with the one who gives without limit. Stay with me until the end, as I share how reciting this name with sincerity can truly transform your nights and your mornings. 1. Introduction of the divine name, Ya Wahhab. Among the many beautiful names of Allah, Ya Wahhab holds a very special meaning for those seeking sustenance, blessings, and divine mercy. The name Al-Wahhab comes from the root word Wahhaba, which means to give freely, to grant, or to bestow. This name reflects Allah's endless generosity and kindness, highlighting His nature as the one who grants gifts and provisions without any expectation in return. Unlike human giving, which is often limited by resources or conditions, Allah's giving knows no boundaries. When we call upon Allah with the name Ya Wahhab, we are directly appealing to His attribute of abundant generosity. It is an acknowledgement that He alone is the source of all blessings, and that every form of rizq, whether wealth, knowledge, health, or opportunities, flows from Him. This divine name is not only about receiving worldly provisions, but also about being granted spiritual strength, peace of heart, and guidance in life. Reciting Ya Wahhab reminds a believer that sustenance does not depend on worldly means alone, but is a divine gift from the one who loves to give. 2. Unique attribute, Allah gives endlessly without limits. One of the most profound qualities of Allah as Al-Wahhab is that His giving is absolutely limitless. Human beings, no matter how wealthy or generous, eventually reach a point where their resources, time, or ability to give becomes restricted. In contrast, Allah's treasures never diminish, no matter how much He bestows upon His creation. He provides continuously to every creature at every moment without His dominion ever decreasing. This unique attribute makes Him the only true source of sustenance and abundance. When a believer reflects on this, it creates a deep sense of reliance upon Allah, rather than depending solely on worldly means. Rizq is not confined to money or material wealth. It includes health, wisdom, opportunities, love, and even inner peace. Each of these blessings is distributed by Allah in ways we often do not comprehend. Sometimes He grants instantly, and at other times He delays for reasons known only to Him, but always with wisdom and mercy. By remembering that Ya Wahhab grants without measure, the believer's heart becomes free of despair. Even when resources seem scarce, faith in His unlimited generosity brings reassurance that provision will arrive from directions never imagined. 3. Timing of recitation before sleep. The timing of reciting Ya Wahhab holds great significance. Nighttime, especially before sleeping, is a moment of stillness when the heart and mind are free from the distractions of daily life. It is a time when the soul naturally seeks rest, making it easier to connect deeply with Allah. Reciting this blessed name before sleep allows the believer to end the day in remembrance, placing their trust fully in the one who controls provision and destiny. Sleep itself is described in the Quran as a minor death, a temporary state where the soul is taken and returned by Allah's command. Engaging in dhikr before entering this state carries immense spiritual weight, as the last words remembered by the heart are the remembrance of Allah. Reciting Ya Wahhab at this moment is like planting a seed of dua in the quiet soil of the night, ready to bear fruit by morning. Moreover, the period between night and Fajr is known as a time of blessings and answered prayers. By repeating this name before sleep, a person positions themselves to awaken at dawn with renewed peace, and the doors of Rizq already beginning to unfold, insha'Allah. 4. Method of recitation. How to recite Ya Wahhab. The method of reciting Ya Wahhab is simple, yet its effectiveness lies in sincerity and presence of heart. Before beginning, one should make wudu if possible, as purity enhances the spiritual impact of remembrance. Sit or lie down in a calm state, free from distractions, and gently close your eyes to focus entirely on Allah. With every breath, let your heart be conscious that you are calling upon the One who gives without limit. Recite Ya Wahhab softly and repeatedly, at least 100 times before sleep. Some may prefer to count on prayer beads, while others may focus purely on the rhythm of remembrance. The key is not in the number alone, but in the depth of connection. As the words flow, imagine Allah opening unseen doors of provision and filling your life with blessings. It is also recommended to combine the recitation with a heartfelt dua. Speak to Allah as your provider, asking Him for halal rizq, expansion of sustenance, and barakah in every aspect of life. When recited with full faith, the name Ya Wahhab transforms into a powerful plea that aligns the heart with divine generosity and attracts His mercy. 5. Accompanying supplication. Dua with recitation. Reciting Ya Wahhab becomes even more powerful when it is joined with sincere supplication. After repeating the divine name, a believer should turn their heart fully to Allah and speak to Him with humility and hope. The dua does not have to be lengthy or in a specific language. What matters most is the sincerity behind the words. One may simply raise their hands and say, "O Allah, You are Al-Wahhab. Grant me halal sustenance. Fill my life with barakah and make my affairs easy." This act transforms remembrance into a direct conversation with the Creator. It is also encouraged to ask not only for material wealth, but for all forms of provision, such as good health, righteous family, beneficial knowledge, and peace of heart. By broadening the scope of dua, the believer acknowledges that Rizq is not limited to money alone. Furthermore, attaching gratitude to the supplication strengthens the request. Thanking Allah for what He has already given opens the doors to more blessings, as promised in the Quran. When Ya Wahhab is recited with heartfelt dua, it becomes a bridge connecting one's needs with Allah's endless treasures, ensuring that every request is heard with mercy. 6. Spiritual impact, peace and tranquility. One of the greatest blessings of reciting Ya Wahhab before sleep is the deep sense of calm it brings to the heart. In a world where worries about finances, responsibilities, and the future often disturb our rest, this remembrance works like a soothing balm. By focusing on Allah's attribute of boundless giving, the believer's heart naturally lets go of anxiety and learns to trust that provision is already written by the Bestower. This shift from worry to reliance creates an inner peace that no worldly solution can provide. The tranquility is not limited to emotional relief. It extends into spiritual strength. As the name Ya Wahhab is repeated, the soul begins to feel closer to Allah, and the heart awakens to His presence. This closeness builds resilience against fear, envy, or greed, which are common struggles in matters of rizq. Instead of sleeping with stress, One sleeps with certainty that Allah is watching over them and preparing ease. Such peace influences the quality of sleep itself. A believer who ends the night with remembrance often wakes up refreshed, motivated, and spiritually uplifted. This serenity is a gift from Allah, showing that His generosity extends beyond material provision to the depths of the soul. 7. Visible results, doors of Rizq opening. When a believer consistently recites Ya Wahhab before sleep, the effects often begin to manifest in remarkable ways. At first, the change may be subtle, a sense of ease in daily affairs, unexpected help from others, or small opportunities that seem to appear at just the right moment. Over time, these small signs build into greater blessings, showing that Allah's generosity is unfolding in the believer's life. Such results remind the heart that Rizq is not limited to effort alone, but flows from the unseen treasures of the Creator. Many find that provisions arrive from directions they never anticipated. A new job, a business opportunity, or relief from debt may suddenly present itself. Others experience barakah, where limited resources begin to stretch further, providing more benefit than expected. Sometimes the result appears in non-material forms, such as improved relationships, good health, or spiritual clarity that leads to wise decisions in matters of livelihood. The key is to maintain patience and trust. Allah may open doors immediately or gradually, but His timing is always perfect. For the one who sincerely calls upon Him as Ya Wahhab, the flow of provision becomes a living testimony of His boundless generosity. Alhamdulillah, dear brothers and sisters, now you know the secret of reciting Ya Wahhab before sleeping and how it can open doors of Rizq and barakah by Fajr. Never underestimate the power of Allah's names, for He gives in ways beyond our imagination. If you found benefit in this reminder, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to Purpose Deen for more inspiring Islamic content. Before you go, make this dua with me. May Allah grant us halal rizq with endless barakah. Comment Ameen below to spread this prayer.